Every season ends for me. I put my feet up and I just be a human.
Yeah.
Just being a regular human for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, and trying to figure out what I'm going to do next.
Hold on to your hats because the worlds of football, pop, and fast beats are colliding like never before. First up, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding plans reportedly hit pause, with insiders saying the couple is keeping things low-key while Travis figures out his NFL future. And then, Travis made a major Super Bowl announcement showing he's still playing the passion project game even amid retirement whispers. Next, he debuted a fresh new hairstyle that Taylor apparently loves, signaling a softer Hollywood-ready vibe. Meanwhile, Taylor's latest hit is creating actual road hazards with its high-tempo beats. And finally, Bruno Mars leaves Taylor behind, smashing touring records with insane ticket demand.
Well, it is almost time to get a heavy dose of Uptown Funk for the first time in nearly a decade. This week, singer Bruno Mars announced he's headlining his 2026 The Romantic Tour.
So if anyone thought wedding bells were about to go full Taylor era loud, pump the brakes, because right now it's more chill vibes than final seating chart panic. Taylor and Travis were still very much in their loved-up lane, but the whole wedding situation has quietly been put on ice while real-life stuff took center stage. Sure, there had been buzz about dates, dreamy locations, and even whispers of a bridal squad forming, but the couple wasn't even halfway through basics like the guest list, translation, no color-coded spreadsheets, no late-night arguing over plus ones, just vibes. The big reason for the slowdown reportedly came down to Travis figuring out what's next for him in the NFL. After a rough season with the Chiefs, his future on the field was still up in the air, and neither of them felt like planning a massive wedding while a major career decision was hanging over their heads.
I got so much love for this team, this organization, and the people here. So I'll spend some time with them, go through exit meetings tomorrow, and get close to the family and figure things out.
Instead of stressing, they chose to enjoy being engaged, soaking up time together without turning their lives into a full-blown wedding factory. That energy showed when the two popped up on a date night in Beverly Hills, looking relaxed, stylish, and very much unbothered. Taylor, who's usually known for being ultra-detailed and 10 steps ahead, had been surprisingly laid back about the whole thing. With Travis, she wasn't rushing, wasn't micromanaging, and definitely wasn't losing sleep over centerpieces. The ring was on, the love was solid, but wedding mode hadn't officially been activated yet.
Swift and Travis Kelce were seen out recently in Los Angeles having dinner. And this is the first time we've seen them together in a bit. We saw Taylor recently at St. Haim's wedding. According to People, it says they had a recent dinner date in LA. They were spotted on their way to having a meal at Funk Restaurant in Beverly Hills, California.
Meanwhile, Travis was still weighing whether his body had another long, brutal NFL season left in it. He had previously hinted that retirement was a real possibility, depending on how he felt once everything settled physically.
If my body can heal up and rest up, and I can feel confident that I can go out there and give it another 18, 20, 21 week run. Talked to a few people in the facility already, having the exit meetings and everything, and they know where I stand, at least right now. And there's a lot of love for the game that's still there, and I don't think I'll ever lose that. It's a tough thing to navigate.
Uncertainty naturally shifted priorities, making wedding planning feel less urgent and more like a future project. That said, Taylor hadn't totally hit pause. Behind the scenes, she had already started laying some fun groundwork by reaching out to a few close, famous friends to be part of her bridal train. Gigi Hadid was reportedly thrilled to say yes, and Selena Gomez was also in the mix, with Taylor preferring personal, meaningful asks over mass group chats.
Sorry.
She envisioned the lead-up being just as memorable as the big day itself. Think trips, celebrations, and quality time, just not right now, and definitely not under pressure. And while that pause button energy was still floating in the air, Travis smoothly shifted gears and made a headline-grabbing move that had nothing to do with rings and everything to do with football-adjacent chaos. Even though the Chiefs' season ended with a collective shrug and zero playoff action for the first time in ages, Travis wasn't exactly disappearing into retirement mode silence. Instead, he was letting everyone know that while he might not be showing up at the Super Bowl in pads, his passion project was absolutely clocking in. Tight End University was officially locked into Super Bowl weekend, and honestly, it sounded less like a football seminar and more like a frat party with a PR team. The Tight Ends and Friends Bash was set to take over San Francisco just days before the big game, complete with flashy partners, loud music, and a whole lot of NFL but make it nightlife. The vibe was described as high energy, borderline unhinged, and very much built for people who enjoy turf-inspired decor and DJs more than game film. San Francisco made perfect sense, especially since it basically George Kittle's backyard, though insiders stayed vague on whether Travis, George, or Greg Olsen would actually be spotted in the building or just hovering in spirit. Behind the scenes, TEU itself was still very much a serious operation. The camp focused on bringing tight ends together to train, recover, bond, and swap war stories about surviving NFL seasons. But the concert side of things, that was where Travis's personality really showed up. Last summer's version turned into a full pop culture moment when Travis walked a red carpet with Taylor for the first time ever, casually changing the internet before announcing their engagement a couple months later. No big deal. And riding straight off that headline-making momentum, Travis suddenly did what no press release ever could. He switched up the hair and sent the internet into a full spiral. Because when a guy of Travis Kelce's status so much as blinks differently, it becomes a cultural event. An insider said this makeover hit especially hard thanks to his relationship with a certain global pop icon. As retirement whispers followed him around all offseason like an annoying mosquito, Travis quietly debuted a brand new hairstyle, ditching the famous razor-sharp Kelce fade for something longer, softer, and very much giving main character energy. The old-school helmet-friendly cut that dominated barbershops for years was officially retired, replaced by textured length up top and a more natural flow that looked less NFL sideline and more red carpet ready. Fans noticed immediately, stylists took note, and insiders spilled that Taylor Swift was absolutely here for it. Apparently she loved the relaxed vibe and saw it as a glow-up that matched where Travis's life was heading, especially as he leaned more into appearances that didn't require shoulder pads. The timing wasn't lost on anyone. With football still a question mark and Hollywood doors swinging wide open, this hair shift felt less random and more strategic. A softer, versatile look fits a guy balancing TV sets, podcast studios, and camera-ready hosting gigs way better than a no-nonsense tight end cut. It quietly screamed, "I have options now," without Travis ever having to say a word. Behind the scenes, sources hinted that Travis had been enjoying the freedom of experimenting with his image as he explored life beyond the field. Between the success of his podcast with Jason, his hosting stint that proved he could handle a mic just fine, and his acting role that introduced him to scripted TV, the man was clearly testing out a post-football identity. Even NFL legends reportedly gave him his flowers lately, with insiders saying Tom Brady had offered praise and encouragement, recognizing Travis as one of the all-time greats while subtly acknowledging the crossroads moment.
But he's a stud, man. What a great player he's been. And I mean, he could still play. He looked great this year. I thought this was one of the best years he's had in a long time. But I love watching him play. I love his personality. I love his temperament. I love his competitiveness. He's one of the all-time greats that ever played this game.
And just when it seemed like Travis had everyone distracted with glow-ups and career pivots, Taylor accidentally swerved the conversation straight into traffic chaos. Her latest hit, The Fate of Ophelia, isn't just climbing charts, it's apparently flooring gas pedals too. According to sources familiar with a recent driving study, the song's fast tempo had scientists side-eyeing their dashboards after noticing drivers getting a little too enthusiastic behind the wheel. With its 124 beats per minute, the track reportedly pushed people to drive faster, react slower, and miss hazards like they were background extras. The study had participants tackling driving simulations while listening to Taylor's music, and insiders claim the results were spicy. Anything clocking in over 120 BPM seemed to flip a switch in drivers' brains, turning calm commuters into fast and furious extras. Add in punchy bass, layered rhythms, and lyrics that emotionally grab you by the collar, and suddenly people were vibing a little too hard to notice what was happening on the road. The Fate of Ophelia wasn't alone on the so-called Danger playlist either. A few other high-energy tracks from Taylor's The Life of a Showgirl album also landed in the Maybe Don't Blast This During Rush Hour category. Apparently, Actually Romantic went full cardio with its BPM, while The Life of a Showgirl itself and the upcoming Opalite were also flagged for pushing tempo boundaries. Basically, bops were bopping a little too aggressively. Taylor's music is especially powerful because it's not just background noise, it demands attention. Her lyrics pull listeners into full cinematic mode, which is great for screaming in your bedroom or crying in the shower, but not ideal when you're supposed to be watching brake lights. The combo of emotional storytelling and club-level beats reportedly made it harder for drivers to stay focused, especially for those who already struggle with distractions. And just when everyone was busy trying not to crash from Taylor's new pedal-to-the-metal bangers, the music world got blindsided by another headline: Bruno Mars left Taylor in the dust. Mars dropped a move nobody saw coming, smashing records with his romantic tour ticket sales and basically making scalpers do backflips. Apparently, after going on sale, tickets flew off the virtual shelves so fast that Live Nation had to pull a full-on expansion stunt, adding over 30 extra dates across North America, Europe, and the UK, because apparently 38 shows just weren't enough to contain the hype.
Well, it is almost time to get a heavy dose of Uptown Funk for the first time in nearly a decade. This week, singer Bruno Mars announced he's headlining his 2026 The Romantic Tour.
Cities like Las Vegas, Atlanta, and Los Angeles immediately got second shows, while Toronto, Amsterdam, East Rutherford, and LA were lucky enough to snag 4 nights. Paris and Vancouver got 3 just to keep the global chaos balanced. This is Bruno's first full headlining tour in a decade, and fans weren't just curious, they were sprinting like it was Black Friday and he was giving away free sneakers. The speed at which tickets vanished reportedly left Taylor's Eras Tour in the rearview mirror when it came to velocity, even if she still wins on total revenue. The sources jokingly added that Taylor probably sipped her latte, shook her head, and muttered something along the lines of, "I see how it is, Bruno," while scrolling through the ticket madness. And it's not just about quantity. The Romantic Tour is stacking talent like a deluxe buffet. Anderson .Paak is spinning as DJ P. Wee, Leon Thomas, Victoria Monet, and Ray are hopping in for select dates, making every night feel like a festival with a sprinkle of Mars magic. Fans reportedly brace themselves for high-energy choreography, glitter cannons, and Bruno-level charisma that can make even the calmest concert-goer break into spontaneous dancing. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.